Hey yo, what up? What up? It's another Saturday and another episode of the W.E.S.T podcast. Welcome. I'm your host, Mutz. How y'all doing? I just wanted to take time out to say Merry Christmas again. Happy holidays to everybody. Sorry about last week's episode. Had some technical difficulties uploading the video, but the audio is available at motswest.buzzsprout.com. Again, that's Mots, M-A-T-T-S, West, W-E-S-T, buzzsprout.com. That's B-U-Z-Z-S-P-R-O-U-T. Dang, I forgot how to spell sprout for a minute. But anyway, that's pretty much the update again. Like I said, I'm trying to bring new things coming. So more contests that'll be in 2026, giveaways and such. So keep up with me for the upcoming news and updates. And with that, we're going to get into this week's news.
The big story of the week was this.
Okay, if y'all remember ECW, Rob Van Dam, unfortunately, a little bit of bad news. He and his wife, Katie Forbes, are expecting twins, and she was admitted Sunday to the hospital. Unfortunately, she has been diagnosed with preeclampsia, which has given her high blood pressure, and it may affect the birth of the children. So they're going to keep her for monitoring, of course, until she does give birth. We pray for the Van Dams and the birth of their children to be successful and for them to deliver two healthy twins like God has given them. So prayers up for Rob Van Dam and Katie. You know your fans are with you. I'm with you, and we all wish Katie a recovery and a healthy childbirth. In other news, Mick Foley, you guys may remember him as Mankind, Dude Love, or even more famously as Cactus Jack, and even more famously as a New York Times best-selling author. He has publicly this week announced that he is severing ties with WWE over their political alignment with Trump and its administration, and its stance with an aspect of MAGA. And I agreed with him to an extent. I do believe that WWE, there's a better side. There's a side to be on that's more humanitarian, and to me, there's a side that is less focused on one or a few's personal gains over the well-being of the citizens of the country that you serve. So Mick Foley, shouts out to you. Way to take a stand for what you believe in. And I'm pretty sure he won't have any trouble being successful without the WWE machine backing him. Again, he's already sold out shows as a comedian and as a public speaker. Again, a best-selling author. He's got TV creds, so I think Mick Foley will be fine. So that's the news for this week. But let's move right along and see who is.
I'm living my best week.
All right. So this is the part of the show where we go into everything you need to know about wrestling, since it's on just about every night, Saturday to Saturday. So I'm just gonna break it down, the part that you need to know, so that you know pretty much the whole story about what's going on. I just break down the main event or the ending of the show, because that tells you basically what's really going on in the whole picture of the promotions. So we start off on Saturday with Collision, and they actually aired early because of Saturday night's main event, and I'll go into that next. The main event was Mark Briscoe defending his TNT championship against the Death Riders' newest member, Daniel Garcia. and Mark Briscoe was able to defeat Daniel Garcia and retain his TNT championship, which is nice that they're giving Mark Briscoe a push. Now on to Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event, I talked about it last week, but since it didn't get uploaded, only the audio, it was John Cena's last match, and it went over with mixed emotions because the end of the match was Gunther making Cena tap out in a sleeper hold. Now the match itself was pretty good. Started off kind of slow, but then picked up. You should go back and definitely watch it. But the ending itself was filled with a lot of mixed feelings for John Cena fans and wrestling fans alike. You can, like I said, go back and watch it. But more so, the night was more about bringing in new talent and introducing them and showcasing them, like Sol Ruka, Javon Evans, Kevin Knight from TNA, and there was, who else? There was another somebody that was featured. Obafemi. Gosh, can't forget Obafemi, the NXT Championship. He is probably the next big thing. So it was all about them being featured on Saturday night's main event as the next generation of up-and-coming talent. So let's move on to Tuesday, NXT, or actually Monday. Oh, I'm skipping days here. So Monday, definitely Monday Night Raw, ended off with Logan Paul facing Rey Mysterio. And of course, Logan Paul is the newest member of the Vision, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed tried to come out and help, or interfere, I should say. They were ran off with CM Punk swinging a chair, so they never got to interfere in the match. But Logan Paul did get help from the Mystery Masked Man that helped the Vision win at War Games. Logan Paul pinned Rey Mysterio and afterwards proceeded to jump Rey Mysterio with the help of the Vision. Now, CM Punk came to help, and he was attacked by the Mystery Man in the mask. And that helped the Vision get the upper hand on CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. And it was revealed that the Mystery Man was none other than who we all expected, Austin Theory, all along. It was me, Austin. Or it was me, Austin. So that was Monday night. Now we move to Tuesday's NXT, which is on CW at 5 p.m. Leon Slater from NXT defeated Miles Bourne, Dion Lennox from the Dark State, and Joe Henry in a four-way match to become the #1 contender for the NXT Championship, currently held by Big Obafemi. And they will have that match at the upcoming NXT PLE New Year's Evil, which will be in a couple weeks. Moving on to Wednesday night, you have AEW Dynamite, which is on TBS at 5 p.m. Pacific time. FTR defeated Bullet Club Gold to retain their tag team championships. It was a pretty good match. I liked it. It had a lot of highlights, especially since Bullet Club Gold was represented by Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, who normally don't team, and they're only teamed up because Austin Gunn's brother is injured right now. So pretty much, so is Switchblade actually. So normally Switchblade and Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, and now Ace Austin and Austin's brother are Colton, Austin's brother Colton. There's supposed to be 5 members of Bullet Club Gold, but the Bang Bang Gang really only has, I guess, 2.5 active members, because Ace Austin kind of just comes in to help out for the assist. He's not, he's a full member of Bullet Club. He was a full member of Bullet Club from, even back in Japan as a member of TNA, he was Bullet Club. So Bullet Club, I think, needs to get back together. Once they're at full strength, I think Bullet Club Gold will be very, very interesting to watch. Thursdays, TNA Impact Wrestling on Access TV for now for 2025, but in 26, January 15th, they're going to move to AMC. So it was Team TNA consisting of Mike Santana, Steve Macklin, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Santino Marella. They took on Team NXT, which consists of people I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar with because I don't really watch NXT that much. Jensen, NXT, Lexis King, which is Brian Pillman's son, Brian Pillman Jr., Tyson DuPont, Tyrese Engler, and Stax. And I guess Stax is important because he used to be in the D'Angelo De Niro, or the family, I guess. Not D'Angelo De Niro. But he used to be in their mafia, quote-unquote, family. And now he struck out in his own. And he is actually set to marry Santino's daughter. So that came into play in the match. So anyway, Team TNA versus Team NXT in a War Games-like cage match. Team TNA won, which was pretty good. So there was some after the match antics that happened. Matt Hardy was taken by the Righteous, kidnapped, and they kind of went into that a little bit after the show, a little bit of drama. So there was that. And then after the show, Santino's daughter actually turned on him after the match and went with Stax. Because for a while they were having, she was acting like she was conflicted about being engaged to Stax and her loyalty to her father, and Stax and her father having their differences, because Santino is the, I guess, general manager, so to speak, of TNA, and Stax is invading from NXT and challenging TNA and Santino's authority. So she made her alliance known, and she's fully with Stax, so we'll see what happens there. Friday, last night, was SmackDown. And that ended in an all-out brawl between Solo Sikoa's MFTs and Uncle Howdy's Wyatt Six. So that's something to watch. I'm glad that they're pushing that feud and making the Wyatt Six, actually giving the Wyatt Six something to do, which they've been lacking for a long time. Especially being that they're the tag team champions. Which is odd. You don't see champions really like off air and not having much to do, so it's nice that they're back on the air and that's going on. Maybe the Wyatt Six, the tag team champions, they'll be defended against the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. Maybe they'll have another title run. They've already been champions, as you may know, in WWE, so that would be cool to make them two-time champions. So all of that being said, there's only one show that is, and I'm going to give it to Monday Night Raw, since we got the tease paid off. We got the Masked Man, we know who it is. It's Austin Theory. He's probably going to join the Vision, and what I think is he's going to be the fall guy for the Vision. In other words, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and even Logan Paul they should be somewhat invincible, almost hard to beat, just hard to beat under any circumstances. So Austin Theory, if they have to lose a match, it's going to be Austin Theory taking the pin. That's what I think. So Raw, you're living your best week. And when we come back, we're going to have Mott Sports West. We're going to have What You Watching, and we're going to talk about a little bit of food.
CreditRepairFolks.com. They offer one-on-one consulting and will give you a personal roadmap to removing negative items and adding positive points to your credit score. The first consultation is free, and they're the only ones that offer a money-back guarantee. They also have payment plans available. So what are you waiting for? Visit CreditRepairFolks.com today.
Our coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked.
That's the great thing about sports. I play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins.
All right, it's Mott Sports West, where we talk about the only three teams that matters, the only three teams on the West Coast, the only three teams that matter in sports. That's Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams. my biased opinion, but who cares? So the Rams coming off a tough loss on Thursday, 37-38 in overtime, losing to the Seattle Seahawks, and also losing first place in the division. Now they've already locked up a playoff spot, mind you, but they'll just be in the wild card round. And instead of having a bye, instead of having all the games coming through LA, they're gonna have to possibly win on the road. They get ready to face the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. And in order to get back their number one spot in the division and in the NFC, which is still possible, they're going to have to win out the final two games and hope that the Seahawks and 49ers drop games along the way to, move back and have that dream scenario work out. But like I said, the main thing is they are in the playoffs guaranteed. It's just what path in the playoffs will they have to take? In brighter news, Coach McVay welcomed his second son into the world this Tuesday. The couple announced the birth of Christian McVay on social media on Tuesday, he and his wife. And that's cool because it kind of came at the right time, especially with the Rams having the short week. It came after the win on Sunday and then the game on Thursday. So congratulations to the couple, Veronica and Sean. And we wish them luck, and we wish the Rams luck on Monday night. The Lakers won on Friday night, last night, or actually I should say on Thursday, sorry. 143-135 over the Utah Jazz. Luka had 45 points and a triple-double. They play again tonight versus the Clippers at 7:30, so you can catch that. The Dodgers, they're making news with their World Series opponents, the Blue Jays. Apparently, one of the Blue Jays' former shortstops, W.E.S.T, is linked to possibly signing with the Dodgers. He mainly plays shortstop, but his ability to play second base makes him an ideal signing for the Dodgers, according to MLB insider Mark Feinsand. So that's something to look out for. They've already made a huge signing in Edwin Diaz, so the Dodgers never stop. They never sleep. So if they can sign W.E.S.T again, that's going to be another crazy addition to the already crazy lineup of the Dodgers. But speaking of lineups, TV has lineups, and right now I want to see what you watching. Okay, so this just added to what you watching. I wasn't going to talk about this until maybe next week, but hey, it happened last night, and it was crazy seeing it. Anthony Joshua KO'd Jake Paul. So, and it finally happened. Jake Paul went up against a real, actual boxer and really actually lost. Rumor has it that Anthony Joshua broke Jake Paul's jaw. So that happened last night. I watched that. Hopefully you watched it. If you didn't yet, you should have already by now because it was crazy. So it shouldn't be a spoiler, hopefully not. What I was going to talk about is a show that I'm watching right now on Apple TV, and it's called Pluribus. And basically what it's about is Earth gets a signal from intelligent life that's over, I guess, 6 million or 6 trillion miles away, and they translate the signal into a recipe. And this recipe, they make it in a lab, and it comes out to be a virus. And the virus, again, well, not again, but the virus turns out to be transmitted through saliva, and it affects just about everybody on Earth except for this romance novel author. She somehow doesn't get affected, and it turns out that she and only a few humans on Earth are immune to the infection. And so Meanwhile, all the infected, basically what it does is it has united humanity into one mind. So everybody else is sharing everybody else's mind on Earth, and they all think alike, and they can get stuff done in like an instant. If she wants basically food, a grenade, anything that she wants, she can have it in an instant thanks to these aliens all making the population of Earth work together. But the thing is, they're working on a way to add the people who are immune to their collective. And she's trying to figure out a way to basically break or cure the disease. So that's interesting. So let's check it out. And let's finish it off. I didn't go anywhere special for food. I basically, like I said on the audio, I reviewed Arby's steak nuggets because I like steak, I like barbecue, and people don't really talk about Arby's that much. So I reviewed Arby's steak nuggets. The link or the video I'll put here, but you can go watch the full video. I'll put the link in the bio or in the description. Bio. I'll put the link in the description. You can watch the full review of the Arby's steak nuggets. I know I'm late to the party, but better late than never. So with that, I will see y'all later on the next episode of the W.E.S.T podcast. And hopefully y'all be safe. God bless. Peace.